No way. I literally
Wait,
just
really?
said because the game that I keep seeing get brought up is
Don't say
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
It's
Oh my
Pokemon.
goodness. A Grail on release was back.
Yeah, yeah.
I will die on this hill.
Yeah,
you know, like, can I do a shout out to a player that's gonna sound like a diss?
Oh gosh.
All right, huge shout out to.
Welcome back to the Team True podcast at Grand Archive TCG podcast.
We're back, baby.
We are back, all three of us.
You and I did it last week.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was in Miami.
Yeah.
Miami.
I'm Isaac. Joining with me is the Miami boys.
I wish I had sunglasses so I could Miami Vice this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cayman.
Yeah, we were in Orlando, which is 3 hours north of Miami. Yeah, good to be back. Happy to be back. Hate the weather. Very actually sad to be back. I got to change my tune.
It's actually 23 degrees today.
Oh,
it's better than
that's
10.
warm. When we got here,
I walked outside and I was like, wow.
maybe I'll take my coat off. When we landed, so I was all the way up in the front of the plane, like row 2 or something, and they opened up the door, and I instantly went, "Oh my god!" Because I just came in, my legs right up my like pant legs and everything, so cold.
Yeah.
And then we walked out onto the actual like
Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so
The
cold.
bridges are always
so cold.
freezing. And
My face definitely was just like this the
dude.
whole time.
I can't even.
walking out.
I can't, dude.
when you're loading onto the plane, you have to stand there. And you're just
Yeah.
like, please,
You're
I
like,
just want to be on
come
the plane. I just want to be on the
And
plane.
you like usually when we're on those, we're traveling somewhere warm, so we don't bring our coats or things.
Yeah,
we're in
yeah.
like just like a little sweater, and we're standing out there in like -3 degrees. Get us in the plane. Yeah, walking out there and then walking outside. Man,
Yeah.
I do not. I'm glad. We've got Christmas in a week, and we're gonna talk about that and stuff too. It's like 9 days away, I think.
No, I know.
It's
No,
something like that, but it's
crazy.
pretty. It's pretty
so
close.
soon. Like
We
I'm
got
not.
Christmas like this, and then which that is like the one time a year I'm glad I'm in northern United States, like the Midwest, where there's snow, because I like a white Christmas.
Sure.
I've done Christmas in Hawaii. I think you've done Christmas somewhere warm before.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas.
I never have.
It doesn't feel like Christmas, Isaac. You're not really missing out on much. Like, it's fine, but like when Santa walks by in a Hawaiian shirt with a
You've been
beer
in
his hand-
Australia.
I think it was Australia.
Oh, that's
yeah.
kind of cool though.
Yeah. I think you mentioned
Christmas down under.
Yeah, because you took a picture of a Santa in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
Oh, true. That's awesome. Yeah. See, so like, I do really enjoy a white Christmas. You wake up, the snow coming down. I don't have kids, but I feel like that would be where it's really cool.
Sure,
Where you can do little things like. I remember when I was a kid. I don't know if your parents ever did this or not. But when I was real little, and actually, story time for a second. I believed in Santa Claus until way too late in life. My parents did not tell me.
Like a couple years ago.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Like, oh, I
think I'm like,
I spoiled it last year.
yeah,
Oh, my bad.
yeah, dude, broke my heart. Legitimately though, I was in 8th grade defending Santa Claus.
Wow.
And then I like went to my parents and like, okay, I think it's time.
Like, this kid's only about to go into high school.
I literally was about to get my driver's permit. And I still believe in Santa. Spoiler alert, guys. If you're a kid, don't listen to this part.
After he's already said it all. He came in and say his spoiler this week.
Yeah. Oh, true, you did it. Crap. This is it. Santa's fake. Crushing souls. But they used to do this thing where they'd do like reindeer tracks outside.
Wow.
And they'd like put a silver bell like just in the snow, like by the tracks. And like my dad would put like the tracks on the roof and like off. Dude, they went so all out for Christmas. My parents are super Christmas heads. So I think that's the kind of stuff that made me believe for so long.
Yeah.
Was like, how could my dad fake all this stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, super late, 8th grade, still fighting. People are like, dude, this guy, maybe he needs a little bit of help. But anyway, White Christmas lets you do that kind of thing. It feels a little more magical to me. But anyway, Christmas is around the corner. What were we talking about before I just went on a Christmas tangent?
It's cold.
Literally
it's
just,
so cold.
Yeah, literally just us.
Oh my
being in
gosh,
Florida
it's so
for
cold.
weeks.
I had to take pictures out on Saturday out here in the north, and it was real feel was I believe -5 or 8 or something like that while I was just outside taking my sister-in-law's graduation photos.
That sounds
fun. My hand, I had the camera, and I was just like, I literally pulled the camera from my hand because like like my fingers and like everything was just so stiff.
Luckily, your camera probably auto stabilizes because you're probably starting to get to a point where you're like, I'm cold, bro.
I'm pretty good about not shaking.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm cold, I don't want to brag, humble brag. I'm pretty good about not shaking. But no, I can. The pictures turn out good. I will say I took because I'm not a photographer. I do some videography stuff.
Yeah.
And so what I did was set the camera to burst, so it takes 6 pictures a second.
That's how you do it.
I could have done more. Apparently, you can do up to 75 pictures a second. I was like, that's just a video, dude. That's just
That's crazy.
yeah.
How many frames per second we normally work?
60.
60, right?
Yeah, or 30 to 60.
Yeah.
Depending on the
So
camera.
that's like even more. That's fast.
Yeah, it is even more.
Wow.
So I was sitting there. You hold the button, and it just goes tick, 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 like whatever. So I was like, one of these has to be good.
Yeah.
And so I'd hold it down and then like adjust the focus a little in and out. Cause I'm like, I'm not 100% sure if I'm good if I'm where I need to be. But there's at least 10 photos that turned out good.
Oh, that's dope.
Of the
Out in the snow?
500. Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah, dude.
She wanted to walk around the entire campus. Anyway,
We have a lot of actual things to talk about.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. So I'll jump into one of our
burst.
One of the bursts.
One of the first Burst Asunder things to talk about.
Burst asunder.
Go ahead. No one's
We're
stopping you.
waiting. We're ready.
So, as many of you know, we have taken over the NA League. I like how he keeps saying "taking over." Like it sounds so
It's ours. Control.
Yeah, we actually booted Andy out.
The
We literally
Discord.
we rushed Yeti Gaming, the headquarters.
Specifically Andy.
Yeah.
Kidnapped Andy.
Yeah, we went to Andy's house.
Yeah, kidnapped him.
But yeah, so we've taken over the NA Online League, and one of the things that we had a really big goal of was to implement more exciting events into that. So keeping all the weeklies the same. You can still play free tournaments every Thursday night. Doing the 2 online regionals every season as well, but one of the things that we wanted to do is bring new exciting events. So our first event has been announced.
And it is win a pair of socks. So during the Christmas season, every person
Nice Christmas socks.
gets a chance to win a pair of socks. If you go more than 2 wins.
All right, so it was. It's really really cool actually. It is kind of a little bit of holiday themed, which is a red stitched pyramid cloth playmat. So insanely cool.
Wow.
Isaac will probably edit an image of it into the podcast for those of you that are visually watching.
Yeah. Get wrecked, Isaac.
And there will also be a link to the event below in the description, which will also invite you automatically to the server if you're not already in that server.
What's the name of the server?
The name of the server is TCG
in
NA.
brackets.
Yeah, in brackets, TCG NA Online League.
Yep.
Period. That.
Perfect. Oh, that's great.
And it's got a little icon on it that just says like TCG League or something. It is the old Yeti Discord server. So if you've played in the Yeti events or like the weeklies or the regionals, it is that server. Just the name and icon have changed.
Like we said,
Everything else has been
we
the
took
same.
it over, so we laid claim to all rights and perpetuity to that Discord. No,
But still a lot of the same like staff on board. Brightwing's still running a lot of the events. Once in Love will still be streaming. The streams for most events will be on Stream Balance Productions. For the regionals, they will be streamed on this channel actually now. So you'll have to you'll get to look forward to 2 online regionals and 1 in-person regional live streamed every season here on True Champion Gaming, which is awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of gameplay to watch. But anyways, yeah. So a lot of the judges are the same and everything. But yeah, it's an awesome event. So it's like definitely a big event. We wanted to really make it good for our first event. So this red stitch playmat. Also like red for the material as well, which is super nice looking.
It looks so good.
And it is an official GA Merlin one,
Which is
so
wild.
These were only sold at Aki at the moment. I don't think they've been sold anywhere else. And
Not the red stitch. Just the Merlin
yes,
mat.
sorry.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the Merlin mats for Pyramid have only been sold at Aki so far. And the red stitch are a really special one. So for those of you that might not know much about cloth mats or pyramid in general, the stitching and some other factors can basically determine on how rare a playmat is. And chromas have rainbow stitching. They're one of ones always, and they are highly desired. I think they usually retail at like 200-ish or something like that, 150, 200.
Two's really cheap.
200 plus.
I'd say most, like if you were to go online when they drop chromas, they're usually around 350, 300.
Wow.
But I know that the chromas some of the ones that we had at these events, like in Niagara,
Yeah.
which was not the Merlin one.
I think there was one that was like 210 or 220.
There was one that was 220, which was one of the cheaper materials.
But you had to buy all
You had
the
to buy all the
hats.
other ones in
Yeah.
order to get that. But there was also ones that were there that were like 320.
Yeah.
So like it kind of ranges.
Chromas cost retail value
Yeah.
hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
And for a price reference, a Chroma Merlin playmat just sold on eBay for $800 on the secondary market.
Wow.
So Red Stitch is a little different than Chroma. But these are, I did get confirmation because Core TCG is sponsoring this tournament.
Yes.
And they are the ones who provided the playmat. And I did get confirmation that this is a 1-of-1 red stitched Merlin playmat.
Perfect.
So this is essentially a Chroma. It's up to the eye of the beholder if it is better or worse than a Chroma, because
It's definitely more rare.
it is definitely more rare.
It's definitely more rare.
These red stitched ones, the reason why we like the event name is literally Red Stitch Cloth Playmat event.
Yeah.
The reason that like we keep mentioning the red stitch so much is because these are only for giveaways, like partnerships that Pyramid does once in a while, and tournaments.
Yep.
And so like it is really hard to get these. They are not like
They're
easy
very
to
rare.
find. Yeah, I mean
Very rare.
Chroma playmats for GA, like I don't think any of them even lasted to day 2 for Niagara. I think they were gone on day 1. And so yeah, like these are high demand mats. And then the red stitch playmats, just this is the first one that GA's ever seen. There were other pyramid playmats that GA has seen before, like the one sold at Niagara and stuff. But this is the first red stitched one. So just really exciting to be able to bring this to the GA community, because I know we have so many people that really enjoy cloth playmats.
Oh my gosh.
And even if you don't enjoy cloth playmats, obviously there's no guarantee of value or anything, but if you win it, you will most likely be able to sell it for a lot of money.
More than your entry.
Yeah.
Much more than your entry. Yeah. And
Tell you
so
what, I considered quitting TCG just so I could enter this event.
I actually really want to try to win this map, but we can't. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, we will not be competing in any events that are run by us.
But yeah, so ticket entry is only $20. We were going back and forth a while on how expensive to make the tickets, but we decided we wanted to go cheaper than more expensive. The biggest thing that helps is that we are not doing entry pricing for most of these major events.
Yeah.
Regionals, of course, will have entry pricing, and that is part of why the ticket price is so much higher. But because we do free shipping for US and then international shipping at cost, for all these events, we don't want to do entry pricing, because if we do that, it costs us about $5 to ship every package. And so if we do entry pricing, we have to consider the entry pricing cost and the cost to ship every single person that joins. And so it like just really eats into the margins. And so instead of giving like a really small entry prize and increasing the ticket cost, we are just keeping the ticket cost low.
Yeah.
And so ticket cost is only $20. We have this playmat that, you know,
The winner gets, right?
the first
Just
place,
the first place.
will
And it
get
is
this
just
playmat.
Swiss.
It is just Swiss, yeah. Only, yeah. I don't. Not even our regionals have top cut. At the current moment, no tournaments in our league Discord will have top cut.
I like that.
If we have a tournament that does, we will try to heavily announce that and make sure that people are aware. But just for time reasons, you know,
Crazy.
This will probably be a 6 or 7 round tournament at least. It could be more.
I doubt it'll be more than 7. That means more. That means more than
129 players.
Is that more? No, I think it's.
It's 129. Is 8.
I thought
128.
I thought 256.
No, that's 9.
Yeah.
After you break 256,
Yeah.
is 9 rounds.
Okay.
That's why most ascents we've had up until the Asian ascents were 8 rounds.
That honestly though, I could see 7.
Yeah,
Because
over 64.
Because first place gets this red stitch playmat, which you know is like roughly 500 to 800 in value, speculative. Obviously, no promises, but it could be more. Frankly, could be less.
Could be less.
So first place is going to get a very big prize with that, and then we have over a case of first at A and B boxes being given away. 2nd through 8th all get an A, B, and B box. So that's 7 boxes being given away. So it's more than a case event. And then we also have some EVPs going out to like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I think. And then we also have some benchmarks. So if we hit, I thought I had it written down. If we hit, I think
is it in the announcement? I thought you put in the announcement.
I can look this up real quick.
Yeah, as you're looking that up really fast, I won't. Actually, you're pretty quick. It'll be up quick, but I'm just gonna say, holy guys, just wait till you see this. You've already seen it now, but it's unbelievable.
Got you.
All right, you jump in.
So if we hit 60 plus players, we're going to throw in another 3 A and B first ed boxes.
Oh, nice.
And if we hit over 100 players, we are going to add in a case of A and B first ed in addition to those 3 A and B boxes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have 7 boxes of A and B guaranteed in the prize pool. So first through 8th all gets a prize, which I think A and B currently is going for like $80. Mm-hmm. And again, if you're US, you get free shipping and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So top 8 all get something at least worth $80. Obviously, first, second, third, fourth getting a little bit more. First getting a lot more. And then, we'll add in 3 A and B first ed boxes into the prize pool if we hit 60 players. And then it's going to be 9 total more boxes. So that's 9 plus 7, 16. So it's over 2.5 cases, which is crazy. Like,
that is great.
I'm really excited for this event. I hope that we hit over 100 players because
January 10th.
Yes, January 10th.
January 10th.
Like I said, ticket details will be down below, but a really expensive, exclusive, rare playmat for first place and potentially 2.5 plus cases of A and B for a $20 ticket entry. So first feels pretty good.
First place won't get any additional boxes?
If we hit like the
caps.
benchmarks, we'll probably be giving a box to first place and stuff. I think if we're hitting the 100 plus players, what we'll probably do is give top 16 a box. So
price it down a little further.
Yes, because we'd be adding in 9 more boxes. So we could do 8 boxes to 9 through 16th and then 1 box for first place. So that's probably what we do there. And then if we hit just the 60 and there's 3 A and B boxes put in, it'll probably be
1 to first.
We could even do half a box to 9th or 9th.
Yeah,
16th,
something like that.
And then the other guys get a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be added
worth
to the
it.
prize pool. Yeah. You guys will, and we'll make an announcement like probably either before the tournament starts or like after round 1 if we get like a lot of last minute signups or something. But if we hit the benchmark before the tournament starts, we'll make an announcement on what the updated prize pool is and stuff. And then, like I said, even if it's like last minute, we'll make an announcement before round 1. So it's not like we're waiting to see who wins the event and then updating pricing or something like that. No sketchy stuff going on. But so I'm just really excited. I know I talked about it a lot. Huge thank you to Core TCG for sponsoring this event. Yeah. And you can find a discount code for Core TCG in the league server. We have a sponsored section where you can find Dragon Shield discount code, a Core discount code, and our TCGPlayer affiliate link. But huge shout out. 10.
And there's going to be maybe a couple more added very soon. So
nice. Yeah,
keep your eyes open.
Super excited for this. I think it's gonna be really good. We already have SBP will be streaming it. We have judges already in. Like we're already set up for a tournament structure. Like it's going to run smoothly.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that. And so I'm really happy that event's gonna run smoothly. Pricing we really tried to make like phenomenal, especially for being our like kickoff event.
Oh, it's gonna be sick.
Really excited for it. Yeah, definitely get your tickets.
I'm just stoked to be doing more events. To be hosting more events.
Yeah. Dude, it was so fun to be creating this event. Last night or whatever. Yeah.
It's so great. I'm glad we're getting to take over and get to do more. We always love doing our regionals. Like we would love to do more, and who knows what the future holds for us.
Yeah.
Obviously in-person events are a little different than online. But online events are also great, and they're a great resource. So that's something we're definitely going to be pushing into the future is keep your eyes open, more events, more locals, more winner cases.
So upcoming events for the TCG League for December and January are going to be posted within a few days. I know the event schedule has been really slow lately, and that's because we took over from Yeti, so there's a long delay there. And then when we took over, we were traveling for Riftbound events. Yeah. So there was a little bit of delay there, but we should have our upcoming events put out quite a few. I want to try to keep at least a month ahead, if not 2 months ahead. Yep. So you'll be able to see a lot of events coming out. And we have on-demand events coming out soon too. Ooh. So that's something I just want to describe on the podcast real quick so people know what is coming. You'll see this soon in the schedule, but there are going to be Saturday and Sundays of some weekends, usually about once a month, that are going to have kind of how Revel Fest used to be for Yeti. We're going to be doing 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 8-man events. So you'd go on our website. That'll be linked in the signups and in our podcast as well if you want to check the description right now. And you'll see these tickets. They're not up yet, but when we do have them up, that'll say 8 stock, 8-man pod, whatever. They'll be $12 each, and first place will get a box of either AMB First Ed or DTR. If we get new sets in, we'll have that. It'll almost always be at least the option of the most recent set. Or not DTR. I said DTR. PTM.
Okay, PTM. I wasn't sure if you meant DTR.
No. We do not have any DTR boxes. So we should almost always have the most recent set as an option. But we'll try to keep a couple options so that people can play in a bunch of them. Because if you play in a couple of them and you win some PTM and you're like, okay, I don't need any more. I want to go for an AMB, get some 3 visits or whatever. Dungeon guides, right? Man, dude, AMB's still a good set.
AMB is a great set. I prefer the AMB dungeon guides. Those are my faves.
But yeah, so we'll have 8-man pods, $12 ticket entry. First place gets a box shipped to them. Again, free shipping if you're in the US. Different shipping if you're not. That's explained in the server. And then second place will get 3 event packs. And yeah, so excited to do those. Hopefully those will be popular. We used to run those a very long time ago. But due to us being smaller at that time with our community and also not having official Omnidex online access, they kind of just petered out. But we ran them for like a few months, I think. But yeah, so now we are going to be able to host online webcam win-a-box events that are going to be fairly frequent. So we're going to start with Saturday and Sunday once a month on the same weekend. That way, if you're busy one day, you can do them hopefully the next day. And if they're really popular, maybe we'll do them more often than that. We want to bring a lot of events to this server, but we also don't want to just overwhelm. So we're going to try to find that sweet spot. So, if you have any feedback, always feel free to DM any of us 3 or comment on our YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff. We really want to make this a great experience for everyone. That's the number one goal.
Yeah. So we spoke about the newest set a little bit in that, right? PTM. And that's kind of where I think I'd like us to move into for the next part of what we're talking about. I think that we have started to see, we had our first online league last week, which was, I think, one of the first events with the new rules.
It was because the event started 4 hours before the season changed technically. Nice. So it was last week's event was an unranked event by mistake.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's really funny actually.
Oopsie. But we did do the new rules with the spirits and everything else, which is pretty cool. And we got to see some new decks, and I kind of just wanted to talk about some of the new cards, some of our meta predictions. Now that we've seen a few of the new decks, we've heard whispers, by people, what's good, what's not good. We've gotten to see things a little bit ourselves. Full disclosure, we've been traveling for Riftbound for a couple of weeks, but very excited to get back into GA now. Yeah. We're getting all of our sets. Yes. We're ready to rock. It's going to be very fun. I'm going to be very transparent. I definitely missed GA the last 2 weeks.
It was really funny. I've had a couple of conversations with people asking, how Riftbound was, because I placed 11th at the Houston event out of 1,300 players. So thank you to everyone that sent me messages like telling me congratulations and all that kind of stuff. Really appreciated that. Talked to a lot of them because some of them asked, now that you're having success in Riftbound, are you going to keep doing GA? And I literally was like, absolutely, dude. Like, I have been missing GA so much. Riftbound, well,
it's very different.
We'll be doing a Riftbound podcast, so we'll talk about that. You want to hear about that?
Go over there.
But we love GA.
We do love GA. And I think that we're starting to see some of these new cards creep into the meta. And so I kind of just wanted to talk to you guys and see if you had any early meta predictions. I know, Isaac, you've been a little more in touch with the game than us, but so like maybe you can start us off and some things you're excited about, maybe some of your meta calls moving into we have an Ascent in 2 weeks. So
wait, it's in 2 weeks?
Manila, yeah.
Oh, okay.
London? We just made him
London's like
dude, I'm already so panicked and stressed right now.
It's 5 actually.
I think
it's the third weekend. It's the third weekend in Jan. So we got 5 weeks till London.
Okay.
It was cool to see the Yeti Weekly because you got to see some people playing the new some new cards. I think people are still trying to get their hands on new cards.
Yeah, of course.
That's always an issue at the beginning of a set for sure. But the most repped deck in top 8 was CL. The second most deck. Did anyone guess?
Merlin.
Siriu.
Nope.
Dang.
Alice.
Nope.
Diana.
Nope.
Vanitas.
Nope.
Arsana.
Nope.
Kongming.
Yep.
No way. I literally
Wait,
just said
really?
Kongming.
There's 2 water Kongming players that made top 8.
That's
Granted, it was a
crazy.
small. It was only 25 people,
Hey.
but they both went 3-1. They both lost. I think they both lost their last round, maybe, or something like that.
Aw, man.
But, one was Bonnie. Shout out Bonnie.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude plays water Kongming. I feel like at least multiple times this
all the
season.
water
Yeah.
decks, yeah.
Um,
Well, it makes sense with the new rules. You know, you get access to some interaction.
a little bit more. Yeah.
Like right out the
Sure.
gates. And Water Kongming plays a lot of interaction. I don't know if that matters, but like, maybe.
Can I do a shout out to a player that's gonna sound like a diss?
Oh, gosh.
All right, huge shout out to Jimmy Lee, because this dude
You better
every
not,
time
You better not diss Jimmy Lee. I'll fight you right here.
every time a new set drops, this man brings the craziest thing that he can to the Yeti weeklies and just tries these like super off the wall ideas,
Yeah.
like all new card lists and stuff like that. I have no idea what he played, but I saw him O2 drop this event and I was like, he definitely played something new and wacky.
well,
hopefully
not-
he did.
Not
No?
quite new and wacky.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jimmy Lee.
No.
This was a diss.
It was good old classic Neos Tony.
that makes
Okay,
sense.
I mean, yeah.
That makes
then-
I don't know. Let me see if he had new cards.
He loves Tony.
Spark Link.
Don't even know what that does.
The
Each player
plus
draws a card,
yeah.
and then level 1 plus you get a float. It's kind of like increasing
that's
danger.
cool.
But like this is always what Jimmy does, and I love it because like every single set he tries to brew like crazy
Yeah.
and like brings it to Yeti and like doesn't do well because he's playing against people that are playing, you know,
Super sweaty
Yeah,
tier 1 decks.
right, right.
Yeah.
Water Kongming.
right,
Like,
water.
Yeah,
Kongming.
like
How
these
can you
super
beat
sweaty
that, right?
water Kongming.
But no, I just love it because like that's what I was doing for a bit there with Yeti weeklies as well. So it's just like cool to see that. Love you, Jimmy.
No, we got to see a couple cool decks. One of the ones that I liked was someone trying to. I mean, it's to be expected, but it was Slice and Dice, Wind, Merlin.
That makes sense.
Level 1, where you're doing kind of just like ally stuff, but like when Merlin has some new cards to play with, you know, and obviously the assassin stuff is good. And there's the one where you sack an ally, you draw a card and get a prep counter.
Yeah.
So like that with like Windmill Engineer is just a plus.
Yeah.
Or not even, but a plus on resources like to get the preparation counters. And that can be done at fast speed too.
Yeah,
So
so like if you don't have the reclaim, it's another reclaim.
Yeah.
That like gives you the prep counter and draws you a card. So kind of like a reclaim, right?
Or reclaim.
Reclaim actually pluses.
Reclaim
Right.
adds
Adds a
this
card
is
back,
not plus, but,
but it makes you a minus on field.
This gives you resources for something that was likely
Instead
going
of
to
the
die
card in your
already.
hand,
Yeah. So if they're swinging into the Windmill Engineer and it's like it's going to grave
Yeah.
anyways, you know.
Might as well draw a card instead.
I'm kind of curious actually because this is with Merlin level 1, which can get a sword, right?
You do get that.
You gain.
I'm sure they play
You can unenter. You can gain the fractured memory and mastery, and then you may pay 2 to summon a blade, and that blade gets +1 when you do something. I forgot what it does. When
Yeah.
you play a memory.
I think it's just play a spell.
Oh, maybe you just play a spell.
It's literally something super basic.
Yeah,
It's
I think you're
something
right.
Pretty easy.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Which is cool because it's like having your slicing dice right out the gates does 11, right? So like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I'm so confused. All right, I got to ask the Ring Goddess how this even works because in the sideboard, and maybe it's just a meme. I'm not sure. It's got to be a meme. The sideboard's got to be a meme. I don't think he actually had a sideboard because it's he has level 1 Alice and level 3 Merlin. There's no level 2 Merlin in this deck.
Yeah, you don't.
There's also plays one of Jabberwocky.
He's not playing that one card that has to show advanced element cards in your mat deck, right?
No.
Oh, because that would be that.
That's the only thing that I could think of for playing a level 3 Merlin or something.
That'd be kind of cool though. Does he play?
I don't see it. I think it's just a meme.
It must have
It's probably-
been
just a
yeah.
flex, you know, so that it messes up because if you do that when you on Fractal of Insight, it's gonna say he's like a Alice Merlin level 3 deck.
Yeah.
On the but it just,
Yeah, I
so,
think it's a meme.
so that's pretty cool.
I've definitely done some online webcam events where I didn't have time to make a sideboard, so
Yeah.
I just threw something in there technically.
No, for sure. I think that we're probably gonna see. Okay, I think the glaring obvious thing that's on everybody's mind and everybody's conversations around the world of Grand Archive is that Wind is very powerful right now.
Yes.
I think it's very apparent. I mean, we got a lot of new tools in Wind. Yeah. Wind was already crazy powerful with Wind Wake Up, Wind Razor Gale, Wind Arasana, Siryu, all of these Wind decks that were topping multiple events.
Yeah.
And now they have even more tools. We've got I always want to call it Purifying, but I know it's Calming Breeze,
Yeah,
right?
Calming Breeze. Yep.
Yeah.
That card obviously is incredibly powerful. And there's even more tech and more wind cards. We got Thurible back.
Yeah.
So that card's obviously insane.
And then the new Divine Relic, which, oh gosh, I just remembered.
Lost Providence.
Lost Providence.
Thank you.
And it's very, very good with some of these level 3 decks.
Ari likes that card.
Siri likes
that card.
I mean, honestly,
Merlin probably likes that card.
yeah. You could play it in like
Most level 3s.
It's probably going to be played in Tristan too.
maybe. A lot of times they draw early, so like they kind of like because they could just take their time.
But maybe
But
let's go
maybe they
Thurible
just-
backup charger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
they
they
have
just do that.
Thurible backup charger
Yeah.
still. Like, yeah.
So like maybe that's just better. So
Boots, right?
time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell for sure. But there's a lot of support there. I think we're seeing like the new Proxius Volt card that lets you have a Rile the Abyss for Alice, which is pretty cool. So you're gonna see some fire Alice trying to fight back, and we've seen some Alice gameplay in person while we were traveling and seeing some of our friends from the Grand Archive world while we were in the Riftbound places,
Yeah.
and they were playing a bunch of these new decks. Alice is sweet. It's super, super cool. It heals a lot if you haven't played against it.
It was literally my favorite part about the tournament.
Yeah.
Was in between rounds going and watching the Grand Archive players play. That was literally the best thing about that tournament. And I topped 8 that tournament.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed watching the Grand Archive players play more than top 8ing.
Yeah, it was
I heard that was a good tournament.
Yeah.
yeah, very good. Very good. But yeah, so that looks really fun, you know, having things like the Jabberwock and all of these things. And then a ridiculous amount of healing, and the graveyard cycling's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And to answer your question earlier, what I'm excited for,
Yes.
of course,
Yes.
is Norm.
Yeah.
Uh,
I heard that the GOAT has a list.
yeah, but it's not a real list.
Oh, it's not actually Norm.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you heard it here first, bro. What the heck?
I mean, I get it. It's still hard to play Norm, even with the Purifying Spirit or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that can help support it, though. It's just people are playing less and less reasons to go Norm Spirit in the first place. Like having a handful of Norm cards still doesn't really do you much, because you can imbue stuff that has Norm with Norm cards or whatever, but other than that, you're not really affecting your opponent too much. You can play Dawn of Ashes, but you have to draw Dawn of Ashes and you have to play Dawn of Ashes, so it's gonna basically be a lot of your turn right there.
Yeah.
Luckily, we did get a lot of like Unmake Duality or whatever, or the cards that like you can sacrifice Regalia, and then you draw a card, recover 2, you get the Floating Memory. Like there's stuff that allows, and that's all in Norm. So there's like small engine. You can play that with a backup charger and turbocharge as well. So you probably have a decent amount of card draw, but so does everyone else.
Sure.
Everyone else can also use those cards. So then you're really relying upon your imbue and the hope that is strong enough, or maybe Dawn of Ashes, but I don't know about that one. So I don't know. Norm's probably still not where it needs to be. It's a lot better than it used to be.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Topsy Decree is pretty good.
Topsy's Decree is probably the reason why you play the deck.
Yeah. Card's very, very good.
So we'll see if that actually does anything. But other than meme type decks, I do think like that's the meme.
Yeah.
Going into less meme.
Yeah, I got you. Less meme now. Less meme.
From watching people and listening to people and people talking about it, it doesn't seem people quite know how to build the new Merlin quite yet.
Yeah.
If there is a build that it does allow you to do enough yet with it, it just seems a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been like Wind Merlin. OG
Yeah.
Wind Merlin's problem was that it was just a little too slow and just didn't do enough fast enough. And especially last set, when all we had were decks that were winning on turn 4 or 5, like at the most, wherever, like why would you play a deck that wins on turn 7 or 8? Yes, you can try to stall the game and try to survive, but that's always been like Tenoris's big problem. Like, yeah, Tenoris technically you can build it to where you last, you survive, forever, and you might win the game. The problem is that it's only that you might win the game, and there's no like you win. Turn 10, you win the game is not a thing.
It's like turn 14, you might win, and if you don't, you can't win game 2. So you
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time,
Yeah.
and so that's the worry with Merlin as well, where it's just like, do you have enough time to even get through a match? Most likely you don't, so you probably won't be playing this deck, because that's always been GA's current problem, I feel like, with control type decks. So there's just simply not enough time. And that's okay. There shouldn't there shouldn't be someone that a deck that should be allowed 2 hours for their match.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out something else. But we'll see. Maybe someone might figure something else out. There could be like some Memorite ally strategy thing, and
we're still really brand
yeah.
new into the set. Yeah.
Cool thing about Merlin is that it has like this like chip damage to it built into its kit. So maybe you're going for that more easily than something like Tenor seems to be able to.
I feel like if my first thought process with all of that, like what we've seen in like kind of what you're saying with that built-in chip damage and all of that, is I feel like CL just does it better personally. I feel like if you're looking for a deck that's going to go into the late game with inevitability,
yes.
Obviously, old Merlin Kingslayer is one of the best.
Merlin, right?
Fire Merlin. It's hard. I mean, eventually you're going to fireball them to one-shot them if it goes that late. So like, there's nothing that they can do about that. CL kind of feels just as inevitable once he hits 3 and gets to that point where every turn he's hitting you for at least 2, usually a lot more than 2
with his attacks.
Yeah, with attacks, and then also like so many of his cards like move omens around, which hit again. So like you're hitting for 2, 4, 6, 8 sometimes damage from just that, plus a big swing.
Yeah,
it kills decently fast. Yeah, granted, it's not super tall giant gitches like a giant fireball. Well, I guess it can be with attacks, but for the most part, it's these little pings, like you said, chip damage. So I think if you're looking for that style of deck, Seal ends the game a little faster than this new Merlin, at least from what it seems. The decks that I've seen with new Merlin are looking to get the 7-cost Fantasia online, Labyrinth, to like solidify their defenses and then turn the corner. And like, that's really cool. Obviously, it's a very powerful card, but it does just lose to Fantasia hate as well, which what decks are the best decks right now? Oh, Wind. So like they're probably going to have access to some of that stuff. So if Labyrinth became like a high tier deck, you're going to start seeing a ton of Scatter Essence, which you probably already will. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
As they make more and more Fantasias, because it does seem like they're starting to lean that way because they want to have like, I don't know. It definitely seems like they've been moving into like using Fantasias more because they usually they can put the spell text on there to make it so like if it does something, Spell Shroud is actually good against it. Yeah. Instead of just doing an item where that wouldn't make sense. Obviously Scatter Essence and Disenchant, I suppose, but Vertiger's Decree or whatever, Vertigree Decree. Become better and better, obviously. So, I'm excited to see what people build though. Yeah. I think Seer is still very, very good. Yeah. And it's easy. So you might as well utilize the easiness of a deck to your advantage. And we'll see.
A lot of these very linear game plan decks are still going to make their way to the top. Yeah. So, but I promise you, there are other decks out there that we have started to see and that we'll probably share on this channel very soon. So definitely keep brewing. Yeah. Keep brewing. There's stuff there. There is stuff in this new set. This new set is very cool.
Generic FISA.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
Yeah.
Generic FISA might be dead though.
Generic FISA is dead.
You're
going to hear it. Okay.
You may have to build it. You might have to build it a little bit differently.
This is for you guys. I know a lot of people have gotten, I think, like 7 DMs since the new set about FISA because everybody is asking me, is FISA dead? I'm sorry to tell you this, guys. I think FISA is dead. Against Wind, specifically. Like, other decks, you still beat them. But turns out, when you have a card that you can just play, you don't have to have Wind in your memory. You don't, can't get stopped by Nullifying Mirror. That just stops every source of damage that hits for under 3.
Or 3 and under.
Yeah, 3 or under for a turn and replaces itself. That's pretty good. Yep. That's pretty good against a deck that's going. Boop, 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 boop.
I think literally the only real way for FISA to deal with it is in cap, which
now we have to hold up in cap on our kill turn.
They can't do that on Spirit. Yeah. If you in cap on Spirit, you're not doing any pressure.
So my thought is that you just have to build FISA. If you're going to try to play FISA, it's got to be different. It's got to be different.
You're rending now again.
You're rending. Yeah. You are maybe even still Heated Vengeance. Yeah. You are definitely going for prepped Planet Explosives. Yeah. You're going for Surging Bolts, which deals 4 right when imbued.
Yeah. You know what we might see too, kind of like what you're saying, like this little bit of a change. Maybe it goes more into, if you guys remember all the way back in DOA, there was a Fire Xander deck that went to level 3 and had access to that, and it played like the reveal Korhazi infiltrators and stuff, and it was like a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I do remember.
It had like more of a mid-range. Rending was still its kill. It still could kill you early.
Yeah.
But like it could go late.
It was doing what how people started building Lorraine last season, where it's kind of like you could go for like a hone rending and kill them, or you could go to level 3 and start doing you. And granted, that Lorraine definitely went more to level 3.
Yes.
This one played a little bit lower, but could go to level 3.
Yeah, and it had like light weavers still, and I think it sided like Luxem sights.
Interesting.
For like if it needed them in a more defensive game, but maybe that's our way of doing it. But the FISA that you guys know and love right now, little ping ding 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 ding, it's gone.
Ping ding 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 ding.
Ping ding 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 is not the way to build it anymore. So if you guys, maybe I will build a FISA list, run it into a bunch of things, test it at locals, and I'll do a video on FISA because so many people have been like, "Hey man, is FISA dead for real?" Dad. It's got to change. The FISA that you know today needs to change.
Philo's still pretty
Philo is still very good.
pretty good.
It turns out when you just swing for 15, it's better. They just can't stop it with a little breeze.
Yeah.
Because it does something to remember too with Calming Breeze is that it doesn't prevent 3 damage.
Yeah.
It prevents instances of damage of 3 or less.
Yeah.
So if you hit for 15, it's not hitting for 12, it's hitting for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if everybody moves that way from like Veiling Breeze and they start playing that, it's definitely not better against that style.
It's definitely it's definitely important to note, and that's why something like rending will still work because people can just bring out a single dagger or
as long as you can get
sword
rending to deal at least 4 doubled, it won't prevent any of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which should be easy enough.
Yeah.
The
In
hard
that kind of
part
deck,
is
if you're
like
not doing rending for at least 4 doubled.
the hard part is like the way Xander gets you right now is like they get a lot of like chip damage in early.
Yeah.
And now you just don't. So like you're gonna have to be able to go over the top.
Yeah.
So we'll see how good like Poison Dagger actually is.
Yeah.
You might be going away. I can't believe I just said this sentence. You might be going away from Poison Dagger in FISA.
I mean, to be
you'll
fair,
still play it.
People, there was a couple decks that didn't play Poison Dagger, especially when Fracturize was so prominent, and people were like on Fracturize and Reduces, and you're like, there's just no point to try to materialize Poison Dagger to have it just instantly die, and then I wasted materialization when I could have drawn a card.
Sure.
And so, and there's plenty of games where FISA doesn't use Poison Dagger. They,
100%.
they just go for draws and or Impact Hammer and go for Heat of Vengeance and kill you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's still
and Blazing Throw gets around.
Blazing Throw does too. Yeah.
So like that's good. You just gotta be careful. Gotta figure out the play patterns.
reimagine the deck a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like when that has to occur.
Yeah.
That's always fun, I think, personally.
Yeah, agreed. So anyway,
Maybe it's Fire Allen's time.
it's time.
Hitting for 4s and 5s.
It does like to do that.
It'll be really cool to see Manila. It's exciting that it's so close. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I know.
It's it's New Year's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like New Year's Day or the 2nd, something
That's
like
crazy.
that. It is. Well, that's the biggest reason why.
It's gotta be the
it's
third.
The third. Because the 3rd and the 4th.
Because ours is on the 10th.
Yep.
Our events.
So we were gonna like if you wanted to fly in to the Philippines and do this event, which a lot of people are, especially like Oceania. It's a lot cheaper to fly from Oceania than it is for us to the Philippines. Unfortunately, it is during the most expensive flight time of the year, which is New Year's. So it is just a little out of the price range for a lot of Americans.
It'll be on the 2nd for us. Late on the 2nd.
Oh, true.
Because of time change.
That's cool. We'll
They're
get to
12 hours ahead of us in Philippines. I want
It's
to say.
about I think maybe I can't remember if it was that or Taiwan's exactly 12. One of them's exactly 12.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember this.
it's cool because we'll get to see Manila Ascent, how it all pans out, what makes day 2, what makes top 8, what wins. Then the next week, the US players that most likely are staying home will get to test instead of travel back and prep for our event, which should be pretty big as well. And then and obviously international people can play in that one too. But and then 2 weeks after that,
London,
we go to London and people get to see what happened in Manila and then see what happened at this one. So
And
very
then
good,
one
like,
week
tournament
after
structure.
that is our in-person regional.
Nice.
And then 1 week after that is the first online league regional.
Whoa.
Back to back to back to back.
There's a lot of events this season. There's a lot of in-person events too. I think there was a new store that
Oh, cool.
is having their first regionals this season. It's like in Indiana or something.
Well, there's one in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
because
is
they did
awesome.
not have a regionals
Yeah.
last season. So
we
yeah,
can go to that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Is our online regionals the 15th or the 14th of February?
14th.
14th.
Wait,
No,
15th,
it's the
15th.
15th. It's the 15th.
Sorry, March is the next one after that is the 14th of March.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. That was all I had for you.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to do it on Valentine's Day.
We did not want to do it on Valentine's Day. Yep.
So the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah. But it's online, so no travel. So hopefully should be able to. Oh, we technically haven't announced those dates yet, but yeah,
They're up, he said.
Oh yeah, they are up.
Yeah.
They're up on the
yeah,
regional.
they're up. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, I forgot. I literally was going to ask you that at the very beginning when you were talking. Hey, don't we have a couple of regionals? What are those
We
dates?
do have a couple of regionals coming up. Yep. So February 15th and March 14th. They are on the regionals article posted by Weebs.
Yep.
They'll be announced in our Discord soon, in the online leagues Discord.
Yep.
And they will be live streamed here on this channel. So if you can't play for some reason, you can at least watch.
Yeah, how we figuring that one out? I guess we'll talk after.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got an idea of what we think the new is. The last thing that I wanted to talk about today is something that is very big right now in the community. And we haven't, because we've been so busy, we haven't been that involved, but we have heard a lot of things. We've read a lot of things. We've seen a lot of things. And we're not going to actually dive into the exact Reddit posts and talk about.
There's been videos on that already.
Yes, exactly. But I did think it would be important coming from us to kind of give our thoughts on some of the key points that were brought up and some of those key points that were talked about. And for those of you who may not know, there's been a few Reddit posts, big conversations that have gotten fairly large about concerns about Grand Archive. And the big like bullet points for that I kind of want to hit on. I'm not going to hit on all the things because they talk about a lot of different things. They talk about when Siriu is one of the points. Like, come on. Okay. But like cost to play, barriers of entry and new player experience, and then lack of URs. And honestly, I'm going to start with the lack of URs because that's something that Weebs has already addressed, and I wanted to talk about it anyway because it was an announcement. So there is.
Do you want to read it?
Oh, you want to do their announcement?
I have it.
Yeah, I will actually. I'll point to you and you can take it on. But before we do it, because we'll just jump right into that. There is a problem with the size of this game and the growth that we are seeing.
Yeah.
30,000 plus players on Omnidex now. That there is only 2,400 Lost Providence printed.
Yeah.
Dude, we started talking about this back when like Merkheart came out or something, because Merkheart was like the first UR that was like, whoa, there's only that many.
I don't think I ever owned one.
Yeah, but
Like,
you didn't need to.
Yeah,
That's why it wasn't a problem back then.
Yeah.
And that's what we said back then. We were like, guys, this is concerning, but also it doesn't matter right now, but this is a concerning direction for the game to go in. And it's gotten just worse.
Yeah,
So,
now we have Lost Providence, which is arguably one of the strongest ones we've seen.
Yeah.
And there is not enough for
A 10th?
not even a 10th of the player base.
Yeah.
And like we're starting to see events reach upwards of 1,000 players, and the game is growing at an exponential rate. And now, like we've already seen last set, right? We've seen oh my gosh, what's the UR?
DTR.
DTR.
Looking
Or
Glass.
The Looking Glass. I was like looking. I couldn't remember.
Looking Glass is a $230 card right now, non-foil.
And
on
that is for
TCGPlayer.
literally a card that every single deck that wants to play that style of game plan, almost every CL player in the game has to own one of these.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in like a lot of different champions. This is not just like you like to play CL, like you need a Looking Glass. No, this is Wind Wake Up. This is Fire Lorraine. This is CL.
Diana.
It's
literally
so many different decks.
And all these decks need it. In New Zealand, I have, obviously we have a lot of friends in Oceania, but I've had friends there that said like, they're so low pop there that people are getting confirmed purchases at $500 for non-foil Looking Glasses because they want to play them in their deck.
Yeah.
which is still a lot.
Yeah. NCD. Yeah.
So at least $5.
Yeah. That's a lot.
No,
And so
it's too much for a non-foil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like if it was the foil, sure. 100%. That's the bling.
Yeah.
It should be that much. And it should be less. But yeah. So anyway, this is a problem. Obviously people feel it. They're seeing it. And I mean, and they're talking about it.
I'm surprised that there wasn't more conversation about this before. Frankly.
I mean,
especially after Looking Glass.
we bought, between the two of us, we at one point we opened 17 cases of AMB. We got one. What is it? Seal? What's it called?
Imperial Seal.
Imperial Seal.
Yeah.
One out of 17 cases.
Yeah.
Someone should not have to buy. And I think it was our last case.
It was.
Yeah. It's like someone should not have to buy 17 cases to try to open. Now, granted, there's a little bit of obviously
RNG,
but still.
Yeah, we opened 12 cases in a row last set that had
Of
no
DTR
looking
with
glass.
no.
Yeah.
We hit one in the other 5. I think we opened 17
we
altogether.
Yeah.
We were able to hit one looking glass.
You should not have to open 17 cases to get a
Yeah.
play set.
No.
Yeah.
That's insane. Now, the reverse argument is there's people that are arguing on Reddit that you should be able to open one case and get an entire playset of the game. No. This is literally
not-
ridiculous.
It would ruin the game.
Yeah,
trust me.
So we got the Creators Guild package.
We did,
so you get 2 cases in that.
Yeah.
We opened all those, and I was sending out how much we need for like a play set of everything. Technically, if we between the 2 cases, even about the amount of URs we got was not enough to make a play set of URs.
Yeah.
So I think a 3rd case would have technically, if you had perfect RNG, would have been enough to cover all the way up to URs. But the problem is how those URs are distributed, even amongst like a rarity wise within those cases. You won't get them between 3 cases. But what do you think is an appropriate number then to open a case to get a play set of?
What it should be.
Yeah.
Like if everything was correct.
Yeah, if it's perfect RNG. Let's say.
I'm curious what Caven thinks. I'm sure I'm on a different thought process, but
I'll say mine. I think it's at most 3 cases.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to open more than 3 cases to get a play set. That's my personal feeling and I did not come from TCGs.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the norm is in other games.
for me, I think it like low rarity, obviously. Low rarity.
Yeah.
Base rarity of
Of
everything.
course, yeah.
I would say that like if you hit really good RNG, I think you should be able to get it in 2. I think it's probably more than 2, but like if you hit everything the way that it needed to on your way in. Now, this would take them changing how they do the cards.
Right. Because URs are literally not.
Yeah.
You literally
You
can't,
can't get
enough.
them all.
Yeah.
This would be adding another rare slot, another SR slot, another, into it or something like that, which we don't have right now. So if we're using current packaging, like 3 cases seems like as low as it could be to get all of them personally. But what do you think?
So there's a lot that goes into this. This
Yeah.
could literally be a conversation that we spend 2 entire podcasts talking about, just this. So to briefly state some of the things that I'm thinking about right now, there's just a lot of factors, like the extras that you get from those cases, right? So I'm going to use PTM as an example for us.
Yeah.
We got 2 cases from Creators Guild. We opened those up. Isaac compiled a list of what we were missing for our non-foil playset of cards. And we were able to acquire those cards for $300.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, this was from a probably decent, it was a fairly good price from a friend. And so, like the TCG player price was probably closer to like $450 or something like that. I honestly, I didn't look at the exact price. It was just like 300 sounds good enough, but I will also say that we opened up a chase card, a Luxem Sight Looking Glass, which currently is only about $250, $300, but at the time that we opened up, they were going for more like $500-ish. So we were able to open up our cases, sell one single card that we pulled. So this wasn't running a store on TCG Player. This was making one single Discord post, not very like time consuming, or like you didn't have to have a storefront to do this or anything. And we were able to basically trade that one card that we pulled, the chase pull, for the rest of the cards that we need for our playset.
Yep.
So that's like a really big factor is like, for example, I have someone right now wanting to buy a complete playset of Riftbound from me, from Origins, which is very expensive.
Yeah.
And they are currently trying to figure out if they want to buy that from me or if they are trying to buy 2 cases sealed. And I gave them my personal numbers from like when I've mass opened Riftbound, and I said, you're probably going to do worse opening because you'll hit a bunch of stuff, sure, but like you have to be able to sell all those $5 cards and stuff to actually like make that like worth it or whatever. And there's just going to be a lot more work involved in like trying to accumulate it. So like, because like Riftbound doesn't really have, like they have like signatures and stuff.
See, but I'm in the state of mind where I'd much rather have a playset over
High rarity.
high rarity cards.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, okay, like that's the thing too. So if you make playsets too easy to get, then stores are less likely to mass open.
Yep.
Because why would I sit here and open up a palette of product when I'm going to struggle to move most of the non-foils?
Mm-hmm.
Because people aren't coming to me to buy a bunch of cards. They're coming to me to buy 4 SRs that they missed and 2, like, you know what I mean? Right. So, it's good and bad because it does technically make playsets more available to people and cheaper, but it hurts the collector's market and it hurts the secondary market for big stores like Core TCG and like how I used to do it and stuff, which makes cards harder to get when you do need them. Like the great thing is that there are some TCG player sellers that have massive stocks, and Core has massive stocks every new set that comes out. And so I have, like just been like, yep, I need all these cards. Bam, my playset's complete. And if you take away the secondary market from those stores, then singles just become a lot harder to find, which it is a factor. Like, I mean, anyways, so like what's it called? I'm blanking so hard. Vivi. Let's talk about Magic real quick.
Yeah.
Magic Final Fantasy. EV on opening sealed product was terrible because the sealed market itself was so high. So a very, very in-demand card like Vivi hit really, really high prices, and it was really hard to just even like get them from stores and stuff because stores weren't sitting there cracking up a bunch of product, right? So it's like your market price gets this is so I'm trying to keep this short and not go on like a 40-minute tangent.
I think I can make it as somebody who's not in it. I think it's like this basically. If everybody is opening the cards, there's no reason for these stores to open it where we normally buy our singles, where a lot of people buy singles. A lot of people don't buy sealed product.
Yeah.
And now people need those singles still, but you don't have the core TCGs opening 18 okay, that's a lot. 2 pallets worth of product. And now there's a ton of those, 100 of that card that you can just purchase on TCG Player. That's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So
instead, you have to go and find the Discord sellers and the shops on TCG Player that have 1 copy when you're trying to buy 4.
Exactly, which hurts the game's playability.
Yeah. So it's like playsets are technically more accessible, but they also aren't in a weird way. And like, I do think that the cost to play GA is too high right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? Most games are.
Yeah.
I mean, we're playing Riftbound where decks are $800+. You know what I mean?
People need to not compare, because the game that I keep seeing get brought up is Pokemon. It's Pokemon. People bring up Pokemon and they go, I can build the entire format for $300.
Pokemon is the anomaly.
Yeah.
It is not the standard.
And that's what I try to explain whenever I'm in that conversation. It's like, you have the most opened game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not close. Pokemon is on an absolute another level. And so, cards are so cheap because 9 million of that card were open to this set. So the rares are 2 cents, sure, because there's so many of them open, people searching for chase cards. Yeah. Which makes sense. But now look at the secondary markets, nothing. So like opening product for Pokemon, you hit or you literally lose money, and that is it.
And that's the thing is, and that can happen in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Where millions and millions and millions of boxes are opened and the chase cards are still chased because there's so many people looking for that. Yeah. Frankly, just straight up, GA does not have a big enough collector market where if you made pull rates, but if you made pull rates for non-foil playsets so good that you could hit it 1 case for your entire set, collector market would just die on the spot because so many people would open boxes and not want the foils and the CSRs and all that kind of stuff. Like there'd be a lot of people still want them, but like there'd be so much more sealed product opened by people that just want to sell off the high end stuff that the high end stuff wouldn't do that much. Like even let's talk about sites from this set, right? Like from PTM. These Looking Glass sites were introduced as another kind of like mid-level chase, almost like a CSR, but not quite like a CSR. And they're already, Neo sites are $60. They've been posted for 60 to 80 on, or 80, I think, maybe on Merlin's.
Okay.
But like
60 ones.
Yeah. But I mean, like I know people that have sold for 60. I know I've bought my Exia sites for 100, which honestly I think I literally overpaid for them. Sure. But I just wasn't sure how in demand these were going to be. Umbra sites are listed on TCG Player for $160. Umbra site, one of the most popular classes. Yeah. I mean, look how many. I think Umbra has the most playable champions technically, which is crazy, right? Like even Luxem sites are $250 now or something.
Diana, Seal, Alice,
Tara, Sylvie, Diana, Kongming.
Wait, no,
it's 3-3.
Diana. She's Astra.
Sorry, not Diana. Dao Chen. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Dao Chen is. Sorry, I forget it.
Yeah.
Dao Chan's Terra.
There's so many Terras.
There's 3 Terras and then there's a bunch of Sylvies, but
Dao Chan's Terra. What
Dao
the
Chen's
heck?
Terra, yeah.
I thought it was just a fractal deck.
no.
But
There's a level 3 Dao Chen.
Umbra is the most playable, most diverse
Yeah.
champion pool. I don't remember what my point was.
So like Caven said, we could go on about this forever.
Yeah.
And we're not going to read that whole article, but maybe we just we cliff note.
I think
what they're
play
doing.
sets and opening sealed product in GA is good outside of the URs. The
Sure.
URs definitely need a little fixing,
Yeah.
and they are kind of addressing that.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect solution. I would
Here's-
like to see them.
How are they doing that,
Yeah.
Isaac?
yeah, this is how they're doing it. So
Yeah.
they basically are announcing regarding the UR Regalia short print in Phantom Monarchs. So basically talking about a bunch of stuff and basically saying that the UR Regalia print run issue, we want to acknowledge an issue that emerged with production of Phantom Monarchs, the low print run of UR Regalia cards. In particular, Lost Providence has become largely inaccessible due to its broad utility across decks. Our original intention was to keep UR Regalia's short print ratio similar to Distorted Reflections. However, due to the improper printing plate configuration, UR Regalia cards were short printed more than intended. We've learned that this ratio is extremely sensitive to adjust, and we take full responsibility for the impact that this has caused, basically. So, although not originally planned for Radiant Origins, the next set after Phantom Monarchs, I believe, we have decided to include Lost Providence in the upcoming set. It will appear in the reprint slot alongside the already planned Grand Crusader's Ring Quicksilver Grail reprints. While we were at it, we also would like to address the inaccessibility of the Looking Glass from DTR and be adding it to the same slot. So,
Nice. The ones we just talked
Lost
about.
Providence, Grand Crusader's Ring, Quicksilver Grail, and the Looking Glass.
There may be more that they're not saying right now.
Yeah, but those are the big ones.
those are the
anyway,
ones
right?
that need it. Yeah.
Rick Hart,
Yeah, we need
Temporal
I
Spectrometer.
really hope they don't put those in there.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's really cool also from this is that they announced that you can't pull foils. So it will be alt arts, which
Yeah.
is
Cool.
good.
Yeah.
But you can't pull foils of it.
Which
So
is great for the collector
Yeah.
market.
The reprints will not be full art. They
Yeah.
will have different artworks.
yeah.
Will be added to the end of the set for numbering purposes, which makes sense. Be exclusive to the first edition of Radiant Origins, will not appear in the future editions of it. And the UR pull rate in it has been increased to offset the dilution caused by the larger pool of UR reprints. Actually, they don't mention if it won't be foil or not, but
They do.
They said it somewhere. I don't know if it's in that article or not, but they definitely talked about it.
Yeah. But that's really fantastic because I mean, like Quicksilver Grail especially, right? Like that foil is treasured right now, and so it's good that they're doing this to address the issue of the non-foils. So I'm glad that they're not screwing with the secondary market of the high-end collectible stuff.
Yeah.
And like something else to point out too, when singles get real cheap, people get scared. Like let's go all the way back to FTC, right?
Man.
I mean, you could buy Incarnate Majesty, which was one of the most played cards from the new set, hit like $4-5 at one point.
Yeah.
Right. And like people started thinking that the game was dying, wanted to quit and stuff like that. Like,
and did.
yeah.
A lot of people did, yeah.
And something that GA did was they addressed the secondary market. They said, yeah, we messed up. Like here's this cool incentive to make up for you having extra product. And then also for future people will allow FTC to eventually become a openable box again where you could actually like chase cards and stuff. And it worked. Like they handled the FTC situation so good.
They did.
And one thing that I just like want to like glaze GA about real quick is
Since that's all Reddit talks
that's
about.
all we do. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
all
never
we do is
talk
glaze
bad
them.
about them.
Yeah.
Is them actually saying that they take responsibility. Like that's so cool. Dude, so many companies nowadays are like so afraid to be like, yeah, we messed up.
Yeah.
But GA has like done that so many times. Like literally in that article, they literally say we take full responsibility. This was a mistake, our bad. Like, and it's really cool to see that. But like GA has tried to be in touch with their secondary market. They've done the FTC solution.
Yep.
They are
Doing the fluffy
the
shopkeep.
fluffy shopkeep because A and B CSRs
Are so worthless.
abysmal.
Yeah.
And no one wants to open up A and B because there's like barely any chase for the high end stuff outside of ACUR, which is nearly impossible to chase.
Yeah.
But now they're like, okay, here's fluffy shopkeep.
And they made those cards worth triple what they
Man, I
were.
wish they did
or
with-
like double at least right away.
Could you imagine if they did it with FTC signatures? With Lancelot's buddy?
yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, but that's literally the thing I've had someone talk to me about my Lancelots because they're like, I kind of want to spec on if they'll do a redemption program. So it's neat to see like when the secondary market fails on something in GA, the company notices and sometimes does actually implement it.
Yeah.
I mean, like the fact that they picked like Creative Shock and Fluffy Shopkeep as their promos too, like they're trying to make these desirable ones,
Yes.
you know, like it's really cool stuff. And, you know, not to only just praise everything that GA has done with the secondary market. Yeah, we have been calling out for a long time the issue with the URs.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been an issue until the most recent sets where they're actually incredibly playable.
Yeah,
I mean, these are the first URs that we've started being on release saying that they were as high and playable as GCR.
The Looking Glass was the first one since Grail. And even Grail when it came out was
Grail on release was bad.
Yeah.
I will die on this hill. You know, like you
They
didn't
were
see
super cheap at one point.
Yeah, they were really cheap. Grail was a $15 UR at one point.
It is a lot more.
Well, it was FTC. So
Yeah. But anyways, there's definitely some issues that GA has with secondary market. But they do try to do a lot to fix it, and I think that's something that people just have to accept in TCGs right now. It is expensive to play these.
Yeah. So how many cases? He said 2. I said 3.
2 plus.
I can't give an answer. It's too variable.
Yeah, I don't care. Give me an answer.
It's a perfect world, bro.
2 to 3.
Hey,
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
Hey, we're all in the same boat.
Cool.
But yeah, so
I think 2 is too little, personally.
I think 2 is too little because
Yeah.
Wait,
why?
But anyway, so that is one of the things that people say, right? That adds to the cost and everything else. And I also think that if you could get it in 2 cases, then product would be more expensive.
Yeah.
my answer is that you should have to spend $1,000 or less to get a playset. How you want to do that is up to you. Whether you buy a playset,
I am totally okay with that answer.
because think about the cases, right? We technically got them for free because we're Creators Guild. But if we had bought those 2 cases and then we spent, let's say we spent $450, we didn't find someone that's given us a deal. Let's say we spent $450 on the missing product. We sold the 1 card that we got for, even if we sold it today, we'd sell it for $250 in today's market. We still had easily $200 in sales to make from our access stuff as well. So easily.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm going to hand you the stack of extra stuff, and you let me know if that was $200.
I think it was, yeah.
Did you see the extra stuff?
I mean, I also took foils.
I forget, you have all the foils and stuff.
Yeah, I also took foils. We got our Curio foil. We had a chance at hitting a CSR. We didn't. Yeah. But we opened up 12 boxes.
I was purely thinking of the extra rares and
yeah. I mean, from our pool, from our example, which is a one example. It's a very small example pool. But, we were able to buy 2 cases, which would have cost us $1,000. And after a little bit of work, get our playset. Yeah. And we could have opened up a COR. We could have opened up a CSR in addition to the site and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. We could have opened up a Phantasmagoria Curio foil and got a bunch of money from that. Yeah.
There's a lot of ways
if you want the gamble of sealed product, then you have to sell all of your extras to buy the singles.
And people have to realize that opening product is a gamble. Yeah. That is what you are doing.
Yeah.
Because it isn't I'm going to open 2 cases and I guarantee my playset, I can play the game. You are going to have to do a little bit of work, like you said.
I think it's healthy to have to do work and sell your extras in order to finish your playset if that's the reason that you're opening up cases.
Yes. And that's kind of how that's the 2 case thing that I was feeling. Because I felt like what we did, we basically got, like you said, after you sell the high rarity stuff, you get there. So I like that. So we hit on that. That was the big part of all this I wanted to talk about because obviously they addressed it. They jumped right into it. They said something.
Steven's getting amped.
Yeah, dude, he's ready, bro. So he gets excited about this stuff, bro.
Dude, PSA bought BGS.
Do you want to hear a little bit about that, dude? Maybe our next podcast.
Third podcast.
Yeah, that's our next one.
Cuban rants.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, so
you and me just have popcorn.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that, and I get to eat popcorn. So let's see. We got boom, 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 boom. We hit mostly everything I wanted to say.
Was it so? The reason was
the current state of the game and the barrier of entry for new players.
You said the current state of the game?
No. That's kind of what I'm saying with all of this. Is where the game. No. They did say the current state of the game.
The meta.
Yes, which you can't even use that argument because this is one of the best metas if you're talking about open meta.
Overall, the community's response to this meta has been one of the most positive.
I don't know if you can ever really leave a game because of the current meta.
You can. Force will.
as long as the next sets that are coming out,
Yeah.
like as long GA makes changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decks that are best in format don't become fractals. You got the axe,
Yeah.
dude.
This game has been around
Yeah.
for almost 3 years now, 2.5, something
Yeah.
like that. There have been so few toxic metas
Yeah.
for a game being around that long.
Razor Gale, dead.
Oh, Razor Gale lasted literally not
event.
like the event ended and it was dead. You
Yeah.
couldn't have played it at locals the next day.
Yeah.
When people thought and still feel that Ryle was
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
one event, dead. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
Two events.
Two?
Yeah, it was banned after.
oh,
Taipei.
sure. It's
Yeah.
They gave it one more run, and the next week later.
And frankly, I think that was more of they didn't want to screw over everyone that was testing for
yeah.
Taipei.
Exactly. It was 1 week later.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're very responsive on what.
And there's so many
Metas.
things you can play.
Yeah.
Like this.
Well,
this
now, I don't know where. Oh, right
yeah,
now.
right. But last meta, like after the Ryle ban, like I literally had tried to have got into a serious conversation yesterday about the GA meta.
Yeah.
And was talking about, well, what decks can you play in this form? Maybe it was you and me, but it was it was like well, there's only a couple of decks that you can win an event with, and I was like, well, actually, wait a second. You were like, well, we've got Siryu, we've got Razor Gale, we've got Crux Lorraine.
Yeah.
Those ones won, but like the amount of decks you expect to see in a top 8 is like literally almost 10 decks.
I mean, I made it to finals of Auckland with Firecrux.
Yeah.
You know,
Honestly, I'm pretty sure I could day 2 with Alan. I'm almost.
Dang, dude.
I almost want.
pretty good.
I almost want to do it for London, and just day 2 with
Hey.
Alan. Be like, you can play Alan and make day 2.
Yeah.
Your meta's fine.
I believe in Alan. I believe in Alan dominance. So I think a lot of people do on this channel. But yeah, so people are having a hard time getting into the game. That makes sense. And this podcast has already been decently long. So maybe we won't go into this too in depth in this podcast. Maybe we'll pick this back up in our next podcast at the beginning. Actually, let's do that because I think that this conversation, even if we barely touch it, we're going to be talking about it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
About like,
Is next week Christmas week though?
it is. We'll shoot a Christmas, right?
Well, I was gonna do something special for that.
Oh,
remember?
Well, we'll talk
let's
about
just
this.
talk about this real quick. I won't talk much.
I'll talk.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, Isaac's opinions. Short
Thank you
and
for
sweet.
checking out the podcast. We'll see you next week. No, so we talked about cost of play and barrier to entry, right? So I wanted to talk the new player experience.
Yep.
The oh my gosh, I didn't write this down in notes, but we talked about it before. The complexity, the way that the game
Part of new player experience.
yes is like the creep of complexity in the game. And that's something that we've talked about on this channel a lot. Man, you know what's crazy? I'm going to go with what Caben said because all Reddit is saying is how content creators, all they do is just talk about, in their words, not ours, glaze weaves of the shore.
Yep.
And that's all they do. And we don't actually tell the truth that we're just a bunch of shills that are being paid money to say good things. We talk so much crap about what Grand Archive does. Like
Literally
obviously we praise-
documented it online. Go watch our videos.
Yeah, we praise them. Don't get me wrong. They do a lot of things right. But they're a new company and they do a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like these companies need to learn. If you don't do things wrong.
Erupting was a mistake.
Yeah. but that's the thing, right? Is these things are gonna happen. But anyway, we've talked multiple times about how the amount, we talked at the beginning of this set, how like you and I literally didn't even read Merlin. We were like, not even interested in it. Like when they were doing, they started doing it. Everybody was pulling out their phones, looking at the spoilers. I don't remember where we were.
We were in a
Offense.
pre-release event.
Yeah.
Or not pre-release event. We were in a
we in
draft
office?
event.
Draft.
Oh yeah, and people were going crazy over, getting so excited. We literally like don't even care.
Yeah.
Like that's too much words, too many things. I'll figure it out later.
I didn't care about anything about Merlin. I was caring about everything else that wasn't Merlin.
Yeah, right. And like there is a lot of text, and this is something that is a little hard when new players are coming in and trying to learn the game. We're getting a lot of new keywords.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of new things that reference.
Too many masteries.
Literally, the masteries thing is the thing that I was going to say that we have complained about in the past.
Yeah.
I think I literally said it like 2 or 3 podcasts ago where it's just like,
we're like, masteries are a cool concept, but literally masteries, all they are is, hey, we ran out of tech space on our champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we wanted them to do more. So here's a mastery.
Yeah.
Which I think that is a cool way to handle that.
Yeah.
If you want to do more.
but every other champ should not have that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now it's every champ. Now, like we've gotten to the point now where it's every champ has it.
I'm kind of not a fan of the main board mastery, not main board, main set mastery.
Yeah.
So masteries in the past have been in the starter deck.
Yeah.
But now you can open up a PTM box, open a Phantasmagoria, and not open up an Alice and be like, what the heck is this card? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Dude, even Guoja is basically just a mastery.
Yep.
I'm
I don't
telling
know.
you, she's the last champ that. Before I say it, I think she's the last champ that didn't have one.
Well,
What do we? Diana.
Chessman Alice.
Does Diana have one?
Diana didn't have one.
Yeah, she feels like she does too, but she doesn't really.
No, she doesn't.
Oh no, she just has the ranged. She has the. I'm thinking of the level 3 because it has so much like text on it that she does.
Which is fine.
But that's okay. She
Yeah.
was like a remake of an older Diana.
Technically, Chessman Alice, this set does not have one.
True.
It was funny to me when two things were funny to me. One, when you said that we had a comment that we just glaze weebs, because there have been sponsored podcasts that we record and finish, and I'm driving home and I'm like, man, I hope we don't lose our sponsorship because we were really rough on them, you know? Like,
Listen,
but they want us to talk.
They don't sponsor us to make these.
No, yeah.
They sponsor us to move them from our Patreon to here.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're saying, "Hey, say what we like.
Want you to
what
say.
we want to say."
There is no
cover this
scripts.
topic. Yeah. They just said, "Hey, we want everyone to see these because we think you guys." I guess have
a good
okay,
podcast.
okay opinions, have
Yeah.
okay sound quality, and want to hear competitive people talk about their game. And there's nothing about what we should or shouldn't say.
Yeah.
So yeah, we say all our thoughts. I think the best things that Weebs does is communicate with their community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They try their best to listen to their community,
Yeah.
and when they think that they might be in the wrong, they try to correct it, and that can be for problems with cards and like getting access to them, or problems with cards and being too strong, or feeling not great to play against, or whatever.
Think about like the early days too, like when the devs, obviously this was their baby. And it was just coming out, and they were brand new to running a company. Think about the devs at the very beginning of the game when people would say something bad about the game and they would defend it really hardcore, right? I'm not going to name any names.
Has anyone, if you've ever made anything and someone critiques it,
you not wanted to defend it? You're just like, oh no, you're right.
yeah,
I suck.
There's
for
very
telling
few
me.
people who don't want to be like, I think you're wrong. Like, I don't know if there's anyone who doesn't have that at least initial feeling.
But originally, they literally were blind to it. Is what I want to think.
Yeah,
They've grown so much as a company that they literally are like, they'll take in all of that criticism that they're getting, and they'll go, okay, wait, let's reflect on that. Let's talk about that as a group and be like, well, crap, maybe they're right. Let's make some changes.
Also, the community is wrong sometimes.
100%.
You know, like
we're wrong.
yeah,
Like,
we've
been wrong.
We've made some bad opinions.
Yeah.
That we were like, Weebs is doing this wrong 100%, and then they don't change something, and then later it's fine.
Makes sense.
And we're just like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
this was
we are
okay.
not the know all be all.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
So like we're wrong sometimes. The community is definitely wrong sometimes. Weebs is wrong sometimes.
Yeah,
You know, and it just
But I was gonna say, I think that the best thing they do is listen to their community and try to make the best accurate decision they possibly can. And I think they do events well.
yeah.
Whether it be for prizing, cashing, and part of that is thanks to TM32 for doing the production side of things.
they kill it.
And they like that combination.
Also
of people-
Omnidex.
and Omni. I mean, that's part of the company. Yeah, Omni is dude. That's a whole.
Which if you want
that's
to
a
hear
whole
more-
other video.
And that's a whole other video you might see this month. So dang.
Yeah, no, I think those are what they really do really well, and there's a lot of stuff that gets missed. And I think part of the issue that they are still working on, and I think every company has this issue, which is communication, and doing it correctly and in a timely fashion.
People also need to understand that they are a very small company.
Yeah.
They compare them to like
Pokemon.
Yeah, literally. They get compared to the big three repeatedly all the time, which I mean, that's a good problem to have when you're getting compared to the big three. But like one complaint that I've seen a lot on these Reddit posts and stuff is that they feel like the testing, like the R&D of the sets, like they're not even testing it. And I was like, no, they're testing it, but they're a small company. They don't have a giant testing team of 20 plus players. And
I've honestly been shocked that there hasn't been more stuff
issues.
missed.
Seriously.
I think that the testing is pretty okay.
I agree.
I've definitely had some issues.
Sure.
I can't believe that they did 3 visits how they did, right? Like that was a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
You know, like whoa.
There is probably close to. That can't be right. I was trying to see how many Pokemon players there are,
oh my gosh.
because just Pokemon Pocket,
Yeah.
like the simple thing or whatever, like whatever, is like millions.
Yeah. Dude, the amount of Pokemon players is literally insane.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
So you have that company,
Yeah.
millions, probably close to 100 million players, or have played TCG or on and off playing
Yeah.
Pokemon,
And it's a
versus under 30,000.
multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
And then you have under 30,000-ish players.
Yeah.
A company that was created on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And 2 years old. going into the third.
About getting close to
Halfway
3 now.
there, yeah, I think.
I'd say they're getting pretty close from Kickstarter launch.
2.5. Yeah.
I think Kickstarter launch, we're at like almost 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
then
like-
Alter launch, we're at like 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's
what
about.
I joined.
It always is weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So depending on what you think, it's around under 3 years that they've been actually doing this, and I think they do a lot of things right.
When was Pokemon started, Kevin?
1996.
Thank you.
I actually knew that date.
I
learned it from him.
I was thinking it's 1998, but I'm pretty sure that's when Pokemon Gold came out.
1998 might have been the English release or something. Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is where we're at.
Anyway,
The other thing that I found funny was
there's this joke I want to show you guys. And it's just like
that Reddit post. We have talked about almost every single thing that they brought up
Yeah, we've talked
on
about
the
cereal, I think,
podcast.
a couple times.
We've talked about cereal. We've talked about divine relics being.
I'm gonna be just so you know, they reference us directly.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
in a positive and negative manner.
probably both.
Saying that we have brought this up.
Oh, okay.
Like saying even popular content creators have brought up these issues and blah blah blah, which is funny because then you hear all the people just talking about how it's a different Reddit post that has all the glazing comments, by the way. But anyway, they brought us up, not by name, but they might as well.
Sure,
They might as well.
We have haters.
Oh, wait, no, they did bring us up by names. They totally did. They said even the true champion talk about this. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Dude, we should have haters.
I know. We made it. I was always going to say.
oh, we got them.
We have bad opinions sometimes.
If you
I
guys-
look like I cheat on stream.
If you guys don't think we have haters, you can take my job of responding to comments for a week.
we're aware we have haters. I love someone recently. I'm gonna kind of blast one of our community members right now. Apparently, someone commented on our Win Merlin gameplay from 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just saw that.
and
I
said,
I didn't respond.
paywalling the conclusion. This is why I won't support this channel. Like
Or subscribe
watch
to it, yeah.
watch or subscribe or join
Yeah.
the Patreon or whatever. I'm like, we finished that game. They're mad that we put games 2 and 3 on the
Yeah.
Patreon. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of our most watched videos, isn't it?
I don't know.
think it might be.
GA
yeah.
videos. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Our One Piece video is no longer the
No
most.
longer- yeah.
Let's go. We got it, baby. We're past One Piece.
It's always our first rules video we do for whatever game.
Pops off.
Yeah. We never. No, yeah, we did do a rules video for a GA. We haven't done a rules video in so
It's been a
long.
Maybe
you guys
we'll
want a rules video?
Yeah, maybe we'll have a new rules video.
I feel like other people do that
Dude.
content.
No,
No, they
not
don't.
really.
Really?
There's no
There's
ruling.
there's one channel. I'm so sorry. Actually, you know what? I want to find this channel.
Yeah, but-
because they do like a deep dive on
Oh,
a ruling.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. I watch their videos every
Yeah.
time because it's so well done.
Let me find this. I'm going to find it. I want to show you guys out because you guys do amazing descriptions.
There's not enough. Like this is the other issue. The new player experience trying to get into the game is there's not that kind of content.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of content creators making new player content.
Yeah.
New player content just is hard to do in a game so small because the new players are so small. So if you want to actually get engagement, it's hard to do new player content.
Which is why it is that one. Yeah.
So the Grand Archive Classroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
do-
so
Yeah.
good.
I'm subscribed.
They're very basic looking thumbnails. They literally have like 2 cards and like a question or something like that.
Yeah.
But they cover everything you would need to know about that topic.
Whoever owns, I don't know who owns it. Do you have a Patreon? If you do, we'll drop the link in the description. 'Cause I'm
drop-
gonna sub.
I'll drop your
At least your
link.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Actually, let me just
I
go-
want to support that content because
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah. No, that we need more.
no
yeah.
no Patreon.
But
link.
that's why like.
But we'll
Grand
link the
Archive
YouTube
made-
at least.
That's why Grand Archive made like the Creators Guild and stuff.
Yeah.
Because hopefully it can give them some financial incentive to keep on going. Because
Yeah.
we personally know content creation's a lot of work.
It is.
And not everyone has the time to do it. So getting some financial stake from it helps make the time and sacrifice other things.
Subscribe to the Grand Archive Classroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to us also, by the way.
Yeah,
If you're not
please.
subscribed to us, you should. You
Half
should.
of them aren't.
And if you want to support our channel more than just subscribing, and you want to find more ways to help us get to do more content for you, you should check out our Patreon and subscribe like our $100 patrons, John and Dave. Thank you. Not possible without you guys. But yeah, man, we could talk about this. I could literally break down this Reddit post for 2 hours straight.
Dude, I'm still thinking about cases and all
Yeah,
that kind
I
of
know, man.
stuff. Yeah.
But we'll talk
I'm
about that stuff again.
Vibing.
Yeah, we vibing.
I'm unbothered by either of these things. Luckily.
Grand Archive's a great game. Weaves of the Shore is doing a great job, regardless of the swing and a misses and the hit it out of the parks. They're going to make those decisions. They're going to
Every
make those mistakes.
TCG does.
Yeah.
You're crazy if you think that.
Yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh and Edison.
Yeah, swing and a miss.
Stop. You're trying to give me a
We're
round
trying to
up.
end the podcast, not
No,
continue a new
no.
podcast. So, anyway, like we said before, man, we love this game. The community's been amazing. We've been making content for this game for a long time now.
2 years at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've been doing podcasts for 2
Yeah.
years. So we've been doing content for probably even longer since the beginning of DOA.
I like statistics. I just want to see when we first post our.
So we I think
Give
started
me-
doing content around Alta release.
Give
Yeah.
me the month you think it was.
I don't.
Gosh, we post so much. Oh, so gross, dude.
Yeah, we have a
There's a
lot,
lot
of
of
videos.
videos.
We have
It's
a
crazy.
lot of videos. Grand Archive, baby. We do love Grand Archive. My guess would be, let's see, 2 years ago was 2023. My guess would be June.
I was gonna say May,
Yeah, June of 2023.
June, May 2023.
April 2023.
Even where
Box openings.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
that is
We had
crazy.
2 box openings. One's
Box
one's
openings.
you just alone, and then we did a second box opening, and it was you and me,
That's
and it was a little chaotic because we were both just
the good old True Champion Gaming box openings.
Yeah, we've been doing those for, gosh, yeah.
the first deck profile was May.
That
Nice.
was Wind Allies, right?
Nope.
Whoa. what was
Rye.
it?
Yep.
Oh, it was
Which Rye?
That's
Which
right.
Rye?
No, Wind Rye.
It's water,
No,
Rye, isn't it?
it's water
It's
Rye.
water.
The second one
Rye.
is Wind Rye.
That dude.
We still didn't. It wasn't even out. Guess what our third one was? Fire Rye.
True Champion
Dude,
Gaming.
we are
is a
Rye
bunch of
players.
Rye players and box openers.
We always try to make Rye work.
And then
so.
Fire Erupting Sylvie. Then Fire Allen. Then Fire Lorraine. Then Fire Crux Lorraine. We didn't do a Wind Allies list
I thought we
until
we didn't do the
Cayman's
list that
top
won.
4 regional.
did.
We didn't do the
Wow.
deck that won Houston.
Oh,
No,
we
that's
did.
much later,
That's
yeah.
later though.
Oh yeah, it is much later.
Our first Wind Allies profile was after I went to Australia
oh
yeah.
yeah,
in top 4 with Wind Allies there when everyone was just playing Ascension Loop Avarice and I was somehow playing Wind Allies,
Yeah.
which I guess we technically did in Houston as well.
Houston, yeah, October. That's a good thumbnail.
It was a good
I
thumbnail.
don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I put in low effort.
Love it, dude. Yeah, we used to go pretty hard, but thank you guys. This week's podcast is a little long. It's okay. I like long podcasts. I want it to go longer all the time, but man, there's a lot of stuff we could talk about. And next week, we got a little special podcast coming your way in the spirit of Christmas.
I'm hoping I can get it all together. I'm trying to think about setup. I want to do something. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait. I can help the scenery setup. I've got some ideas if you want to do some fun
All
stuff.
right, we'll talk about it after this.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Peace.